Swami, blessed Swami Sathya SAI Baba. It's so special to be back here. I was here 33 years ago. I wasn't a rabbi then. I was a sadhu and had many very important experiences here that helped me on my path and brought me back home to my tradition. And I thank you. I thank you for that. My sweetest brothers and sisters of India, my sweetest brothers and sisters of all the world's traditions and cultures and religions, my sweetest friends and children of Israel who are here from all over the world. We're all brothers and sisters because we're all the children of the same God. Because of my brothers and friends, because of my sisters and friends, please let me ask, please let me say, peace to you. Because of my brothers and friends, because of my sisters and friends, please let me ask, please let me say, peace, shalom to you. This is the house of the Lord. I wish the best for you. This is the house of the Lord. I wish the best for you. Da 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 ya da 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 da. Sing with me. Ay la 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 la. Oy la 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 la. Da 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 ya da 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 da. Oy ya da 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 da. Ay da da. Leman achai v'rei, leman achai v'rei, adabrana, adabrana, shalom. Because of my brothers and friends, because of my sisters and friends, please let me ask, please let me say, peace to you. This is the house of the Lord. I wish the best for you. Da 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 ya da 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 da. Oh ya da 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 da. Oh da 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 da. Because of my brothers and friends, because of my sisters and friends, please let me ask, please let me say, peace, shalom to you. It's very tempting just to sing, but I will try and say a few words, and then, God willing, I'll try and do a little more singing. I said already that we're all the children of God, and that really includes all the traditions, and it's very special for me, and I want to give also a special greetings and honor to all the representatives of the different faiths. It's, to me, one of the miracles in the world today, anytime we can get together, and in the name of peace, and in the name, especially, in the name of love, that we can be together, we can hear each other, we can open our hearts to each other. It's not just that we're the children of one God. One of the things that we learn in Jewish spiritual teachings, in the Kabbalah, which many people have heard about, the word really means to receive. What's so mysterious and mystical about the Kabbalah? Because it's such a mystery to learn how to receive one another with love. The basic of all of the teachings of Judaism, of the Torah, of the revealed teachings, of the hidden mystical teachings, it's all learning the laws of love, how to receive one another, how to perceive one another, how to see, and not just from the eyes, but from the heart. In our tradition, we learn that the different religions are like the organs of our body. I'm here before you, each of us, hopefully fairly healthy, little problem here or there, but my body is whole because my lungs are working as lungs, and my liver is working as a liver, and my heart is working as a heart. My kidneys are working as kidneys, and I won't go through the whole body, I don't have that much time. But the body is basically healthy because all the parts work together in harmony. They know they each need the other. If my liver could convince the rest of my organs that it should really, everyone should be a liver, well, I'd be a big liver. But I'd be dead. I'd be dead. Because my body needs all the parts of me to do what they were given to do, what God gave them to do. That's what makes each of us whole and holy and healthy. And so it is with the body of humankind. The body of humankind is healthy. Or is it healthy? It's only healthy when all the cultures and traditions and religions recognize each is playing their part for the health, the peace, and the wholeness and the love of all of humanity and all of creation, all forms of life. This is what we long for. We long for this kind of dialogue and harmony between all of our religions and traditions. Along that line, one other thanks that I really meant to say at the beginning. The last time I was in India was 10 years ago in Calcutta for the Parliament of World Religions. There too I spoke representing Judaism. And one of the first things that I said there, I said, I really owe a deep gratitude, a deep thanks to India as a whole, because, I thanked Swami for the part that he played in nudging me, we'd say in Hebrew, in guiding me back to my own tradition. But India as a whole, I must thank you all, because India was the only country in this whole planet that allowed my people, the Jewish people, to live in peace for 2,000 years. Thank you. Thank you. There wasn't another country or religion that allowed us to live in peace as India did. And we owe you a deep, deep debt of gratitude for that. Thank you. Thank you. We learn in our tradition that when God created the world, there's many questions. Why? Why did God create the world? So we learn a little bit with playing with words. We learn that to be all one, if you take one of the L's out of the all, it's to be alone. To be alone. That when God is infinite, one, all one, God is alone. And we learn that it was for the sake of relationship, it was for the sake of love that God created the world. Because God wanted so much to have someone to give that love to, that God was willing to give up on that infinite oneness. Talk about sacrifice. And yet the longing for relationship, the longing to have someone to give one's love to, and the longing to receive love from another. This might be just mental games and philosophy to say, well, if God is infinite, then there's really something God can't do. And you say, no, wait a minute, by definition, infinite means God can do everything. You say, aha, but if God is infinite, then God can't receive and God can't give. Because if there was somebody to give to or somebody to receive from, there would be another. And if there's another, God isn't infinite. And go, oy vey, Okay. So you have to forgive me. I can't be too serious. It's important to learn and to love and to laugh. 3 very important L's. There's probably some others too. But this message is that the world was created for the purpose of relationship, for the purpose of giving and receiving love. Now, the only problem is though God fully understood that's why God went from infinite to creating a creator and a created, but we haven't quite gotten the message yet. And the greatest work that we human beings have to do is learning to develop our relationships, learning to receive and give to one another, learning how to love one another. In Judaism, we have many laws. I do want to say one footnote on the comment about all the laws, because we learn that our laws, our commandments, in Hebrew, they're called mitzvah. And we translate it as commandment, but there's another way to understand these mitzvahs, these commandments, because the word mitzvah really comes from the word tzavta. And tzavta means to join together. And that we were given these laws, these practices, because through them we join ourselves to God. God acts with us and through us. And through doing these things, we join ourselves. We unite with others. So we have many, many mitzvot, many laws between people, and laws between the individual and the divine. And although many people in many different traditions look at their laws and say, oh, there's so many laws, these laws are cutting me off from the world around me. I can't go here, or I can't eat that, or I can't do whatever. And in Judaism we have the Sabbath. It's coming up pretty soon, I better stop, you know. The Sabbath is a day we stop doing. We honor the world that God created. We let it be. But many people find it restrictive. I can't go driving here. I can't pick up the telephone there. I can't use my computer. I can't light a cigarette. Well, I hope you don't smoke anyway. But the question is, are these laws from God designed to cut you off from the world around you? No. These laws were given to keep you from getting cut off from the world within you and from God. So we look to all the teachings to see that they're teachings of love, teachings how to reconnect to people, how to serve people, how to take care of the poor, how to take care of the needy, how to take care of the sick, how to provide education. So many of the things that Sai Baba does for you here and does for so many people in the most faraway places. You know, when I came here 33 years ago, I was a sadhu. And I lived outside, I bathed in the rivers, and most of the time people helped take care of the sadhus, and I was getting a little bit used to it. It's kind of good, you know. And I came here to Puttaparthi, and to my shock, I found out that Sai Baba says, we don't feed the sadhus. You gotta work or you don't eat. Well, I had a little bit of money that I was saving, so I still managed to buy every day a banana and a bag of peanuts and a cup of chai from a little chai shop that I'm sure doesn't exist anymore. And I was doing okay. And every morning we would come out for morning darshan, and we would chant, and we'd sit, and then they'd come with a prasad after Baba had come out on the roof, on the balcony. And they gave out in those days the little biscuits. Remember those biscuits? Yeah. Anybody remember those Baba's biscuits? Yeah. So sometimes they were the square biscuits. Sometimes they're the little round, like the size of a rupee or something. So today it was the little ones, and his helpers were coming out with trays, and they would give to each person a handful as we sat side by side. And I look at these biscuits and I say, well, this is not going to fill me up. And the man comes and he kneels down to the person beside me to give him the handful of these biscuit prasad, and he loses his balance and the whole tray pours into my lap. And if that was the end of the story, it would have been just great. But the whole day, people came up to me and gave me money and said, here, you never get enough to eat, now be sure. And I'd go to the chai shop and I'd order something, and somebody sitting there would say, please let me pay for it. 2, 3 times. I came back to the ashram, and the cook, who never gave me food, says, hello, come. I go, maybe he needs help carrying something, cleaning something. I go over, he says, here, you never get enough to eat, now take this. And he gives me a big plate of food. And I came away from there, and some of the young American women had gone to Bangalore. The car pulls up and they get out, oh, we were in Bangalore and we bought all sorts of food. Here we brought for you too, because you never get enough to eat. I woke up in the middle of the night with quite a stomach ache. And when I had my interview with Baba, maybe a week or so later, among the things that you said to me were, well, you were having a little stomach problems late at night, weren't you? And he also talked about the struggle in meditating and focusing, and he materialized a mala for me, which really, really meant so much to me and became a very important part of my meditation practice after I left the ashram here. So that was really quite an amazing experience. So feeding everyone, clothing everyone, educating, healing. These are things that we learn in our tradition because they're the practices of love. These are the things Baba teaches. These are the things that all the traditions really teach and practice.